Okay, so this is where we are. We told you today we are going to be having a wonderful chat with a wonderful father, a wonderful grandfather, a wonderful uncle, and a wonderful legend. He's a living legend. And Ned Dewo, TV where you man say you don't need to be told. On na mo purpose on one on na mo two na money unza una na mo dia. And then not even where you so kwa. You know, and I am so pleased to see him. I told my father of blessed memory, say one day me who ni penny na me who mo frase mo was what dia wo no. And all my heaven there say me who obia, you know, and Uncle Fred is here. Daddy Fred is here, and we are so honored to have him seated with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Fred.
Good morning.
Anytime I see you on TV, in the newspaper, and now a very huge billboard, I remember that very scene, Who Killed Nancy? The last part was when Uncle Fred was holding a lady and crying. That was the last your point, and I don't know the last thing. As an end credit,
Our emotions got to you?
No, I remember that it's something that is it's placed in my memory. It doesn't, and yeah, Ubi Sami said the movie Who Killed Nancy, no, at the end see men kai. Ubi Sami ni onipa no owom men kai. But me kai say na okra that was moving a pawn and one and at the point no cry lady be also intimate Who Killed Nancy. Besine who killed Nancy. So we used to, you know, have fun about it when we were young about what Who Killed Nancy, that won't share Who Killed Nancy, that won't share Voyage something, all those old movies, you know, you know, no, as for business and singing, that was David Moore, you know, there was this Stowaway movie like that, something of Voyage, something Voyage.
Deadly
Voyage, and all of that, and you know, when you be young, me school na se be ma who share Who Killed Nancy, na men kasa wo. Who share Who Killed Nancy, na men kasa, you know, but congratulations.
Thank you.
For too many things I cannot count. Congratulations and a very big thank you for so many things I cannot even mention. But it's all for the good of our industry and all for the good of our country. Because you have paved way for a lot of us to be seated on screens, you know, today. And even more to come and then they'll be fed up. When we say industry, it goes up and over, baby.
Yes.
But my idea too much, especially Uncle Fred, and still Craig Sutra movies. I mean, I was saying right now, Uncle Fred is about 74.
Yeah.
Yes, 74 years.
When you were saying congratulations for this, I was saying congratulations for being healthy.
You know,
congratulations on that, because you look very strong
in series. Because recently I saw a new one, series B. I follow. I am so amazed that, you know, still now he's working on our screens and giving us the best to watch. I am grateful that he's still working because fine and I was saying.
And there, that's what they tell you. And you see, when you're acting for the stage, you can do anything. You can paint a young man old. But when you come before the cameras, you know, I say be echo, you know, natural. Because I don't see why a 70+ old man is sitting, a good actor for that matter, and then you make up a 31-year-old, 28-year-old to look old. It doesn't make sense to me. And these telenovelas that we rush home to go watch, you know, you have every age group in these films. Nobody is making anybody up to look older than himself or herself. But ahano It's I don't know.
I understand.
You see, and for a film, films are made for the community, for the people. So everybody within the community must see himself or herself in what they are watching.
Okay.
Because you must have
A balance.
You see, any home without the elderly is not a home.
No.
Any home without a child is no
It's not a
home.
home.
That's what the elders say. And it is true.
It's true.
You know, people grow from one upwards, but we don't grow from upwards
downwards.
down. It's not there.
So it's not even realistic.
And so growing as a baby to adulthood, it's
Process.
you know, yes, a process, and that is life. Now, be cry ya name ya, be kakribi say, oh, it could just in a comedy. It could just in a comedy. What I ask is life all about comedy?
Thank
No.
you.
Must we laugh? I mean,
Every day. Laugh everything off.
Ubenyinya winning this minute, the next 10 minutes, yeah, the good news be about, and it is all laughter. Another minute, say, hey, Sebe, Obaba Kono, Oko Hospital one time more. That is something sorrowful.
Yes.
But within a week or two, so, Bappie when your scholarship, you know,
Life is
It's
up.
varied.
that is life. It balances. So if you come telling me it is comedy, it is why must it be comedy? Because people watch films, they laugh their hearts out, and many are healed of their sicknesses and what have you. In the same way, somebody watches a very sorrowful film, and that person cries his or her heart out. After that, all her sorrows or his sorrows vanish. So why don't we balance, our filmmaking?
I'm afraid, don't you think, sir, Name, you are healthy, you are still, out there, you are available for the movies and everything. What is the challenge? Why are we, is it that are not interested in today's movies to act as in paying for, and I say some of them do not have the ahwadeno and nebium to act that, because you share other movies in other countries and now you will find older folks are show mufiti in collaborations and they are still there, and now they are apportioned different roles.
Yes.
But
I always
what is
tell
the
people,
challenge?
look, I have played a pupil before. I've played a student when I was getting older. I've played a teacher. I've played, a father. Now I play
Grandfather.
Who says grandparents are not there? This is my question.
Or even owning businesses. Yes, and being at the forefront of, yes,
right?
yeah.
And I also ask, why would everybody want this particular player to play this particular position? So he must be painted to look that. I don't know if you're getting me.
Yes, please.
Like a young man, he must necessarily play the most, or most elder person in the film. Where are we going? Why must it be that young man to be made up? Why must it be that young woman to be made up to look?
She's
It doesn't
asking
make
that
sense.
if are they available? Are the people available?
They are available.
Oh, okay.
Auntie Jifa Glipo
Yes,
is still
yes,
around.
Yes.
Abiadachi is still around. I keep forgetting in times like this. I forget many names, and so the men. Victor Lutrot is still hanging around.
Oh.
Yes, Victor is around. Edina Matachi is still around.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our honorable MP Jifa Gomashi
Gomashi.
is still around. So What are we talking about?
You know,
That
it's so yeah, it's so interesting for me to ask so many questions in one. But do we still have our old producers? When we produce movies, na kwaba na say bia, would you say producers no womo and research enough to find the right a friend is saying actors and for the roles?
Many didn't go through the kind of male, the older, producers went through.
What was the meal about? What was it like?
They learnt on the job.
On the job.
And when you learn on the job, you dare not make any mistake. And you see how well the work goes.
Okay.
So you will not want to do anything mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So why? And right, even as I speak to you now, many producers, directors are still learning on the job. But it's like, me de me ba, me na mesesa. And you see, osisanawa, one fa, compass one sisa, it gives another taste.
Emra na mucha sini, you said you have acted as a student that. Why a teacher need that we play roles abeye father that and we your grandfather e bra na mo ko movies nim no na etesen na nije in ye dem ko mu ana se adwuma part through ana what was it like? Because for us we were so entertained
when you are passionate about something.
Was it like the word love?
Love, when you love something passionately,
okay.
I would rather use a whole sentence to describe what I mean. No matter the impediment, you still love to do it. What were we getting in the olden days? I mean, peanuts. But the fact that I'm going to entertain Ghanaians, I'm going to entertain people, I'm going to entertain a whole community. That alone, it's heartwarming.
Grandpa, I want to believe that.
Well,
I want to believe that there was some networking.
Yeah.
What was apart from the love for the job, the love and the passion that you had for the job. Did it open anything aside that? ABR networking into that because then there was family, there were children coming in. So how are you able to balance that? Because if you have passion and love for the job and is given peanuts, then a quite bang.
I was working as a civil servant.
Oh, so you had an extra.
Exactly. I was working as a civil servant.
So there was no way anybody could do a full time.
Not in those days.
Okay.
But right now, people are doing it full time. Yeah. Robertson Jr. is a damn good actor, but he just said bye-bye to acting.
Why?
Why? Because,
paid nothing
he felt what was paid was
just
an insult. And he's, he's now a lecturer at Winneba, one of the universities. And he thinks, he's okay with that. Nobody talks to him the way, he doesn't want. And this is it. He decided, no, as much as I have love for this, I can't do it full time.
Yes.
So let me just part ways with it.
The love you're talking about, back in the days, TV, name Booty said channels were not as many as this thing. So was it
DTV?
Yeah,
yes,
DG. So was it the love that, listen, I'm going to be on television, people are going to see me for what I do, just that?
That was part of it.
Was it like 100% or 90%?
No, about 80%.
And then that was huge.
Very.
Yeah.
And come to think of it, we're doing it live in those days.
Okay.
If you saw me on telly in those days, it means I was doing it at the time you were watching me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was just like me on a stage before a live audience. You dare not,
make a mistake.
and we did it. You know, there was what we call Thursday theater.
Yes.
Oh,
In
yes.
those days, and you know, we loved to do it.
We love to watch you. When did you chance my mouth? What did you chance my mouth?
Yeah.
When Naria,
Yeah.
mouth.
We miss those days.
Until they started recording and then showing it. And see, acting generally, it makes you learn.
Okay.
Yeah, it teaches you a lot of things. Language, if it's English, you add to your English language. If it's any other language, the same thing. Because it is somebody's idea put on paper. Somebody writes something, and you, the person to use those lines to act, you don't understand one word of what is written until it is broken down, and then you send it into your own dialect. It makes more sense to you when you say that in your own mother tongue.
Yes.
You know, so you can later, when the cameras are on you, you can back those lines with very good what do you call it, action or reaction to what you say. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is people just rattle lines and you sit back.
Is it a modern
and
day?
you can even see that they all
yeah,
come on
On
just
just
here
here.
because body language any
Kasa no.
and
Emfa.
That is the modern day type of acting you're talking about.
there were a few even in those
Back
days.
in the day.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But many are happening now.
Wow. Over, let's go straight into fatherhood. We are in a month where we celebrate fathers, and you, Juma, why you know, even as a civil servant, and you being on TV, you move adverts, you move theaters, you move way, you say. Yeah, papa no more no omo tete shops across ma ma fie ntem aye na yes
They won't be entertained,
I say who say papa mu ni ho, you know, and then these the work, you know, and then the fame that comes with it, the fame that comes with it. Oh papa you popular na wu ko school mmofra no, how do they feel like say unya ho ko PTA na wa nya ho anko PTA Edna say wo ko PTA nso a, how were you treated? How was you know fatherhood like? Mra, you know, you were younger, you know, and then at the same oh many people want to act ana.
I used my late daughter once, and I think I've used all of them.
Oh, wow.
In one or two films before they were very young, and I still remember one of them playing my childhood days, you know, in that film. Forgetting the title, it will come once we talk. But talking of fame, it is not easy to handle fame. You could be late going somewhere, and somebody sees you from far and wants to approach. Because time isn't on your side, you try to explain that, oh, I must see, you know, a manager, I must see whoever at this or that time. I'm a bit late, so when we meet another time, people don't take this, you know, lightly at all. It's like, na say we miss an omte. Woman baby tina, you know. And sometimes when I hear people talk like that, I ask myself, am I not as human as any other person? In the same way, we call maybe a bank and there's a queue. I follow the queue. Maybe I could be a queue or me, Fred Amugi, I will follow the queue. But for the sake of TV, somebody comes tapping on my shoulder saying, the manager or the manager says I should bring you. What's your problem? This and that. within the next 5-6 minutes,
Get sorted for you.
I take my niece, my nephew to the opening of school, and I'll follow the queue like I'm saying. So many parents in queue, including, reverend ministers and what have you. I'll be with them, and somebody comes tapping me and saying, the headmaster says I should bring you. And some of those in the queue are like, you deserve it, Uncle Fred. Go, don't mind us. Others, and then I'm okay, can't or person or coffee in the man or bantem. So even if I don't have it, money, these little benefits in life, I sit back and I ask myself, Lord, is it me?
Wow.
Because everybody wants to do something for you.
Oh, great.
Irrespective of my financial status.
You still want to do something.
People want to do something for you.
You've touched hearts.
Exactly.
Yeah, you've
And
blessed us.
there's something
so
I always
much
tell
of you,
people that my daddy, when he lived, we lived in Kumasi for about 9-11 years. And the way he lived with the community, not stressful. Anybody who knew my daddy, now, if that person is leaving, keep asking, where is Dio's son? Where are, his children? Because I see I'm benefiting, me and my siblings, we are benefiting from that little things that he did in Kumasi. So sometimes I'm not surprised that God put me on the screen just for people to notice Dio's son. Dio, David Okain, Amugi.
Your father.
But everybody called him Dio. So talk of fame, it comes with a price, actually. It can be good, it can be bad, but it's a mixture of both.
Did you stay in the lives of your children? You
Yes,
used them
I did.
for movies, so it tells me, say, you were close, very close with them, or
I had time to take them to places. I'm a chorister as well.
Oh.
And when our choir travels to, say, on a holiday, we go to some beaches, we go to Pram Pram, wherever. I take them along, just for them to feel their father. Sometimes we go to the films, I go with them. And
did you feel they were pressurized in any way? You are the son or the daughter of Fred Amugi. Were they pressured in any way?
That one is their own problem.
That's why it's their own problem. What they do with it is their own problem.
I'm trying to solve my
solve
own.
your own problem. They should solve their own problem.
Yes. But I think I was damn close to all of them. I still am. But I was closest to the girl who incidentally passed away 9 days to her 21st birthday.
Oh.
Yes.
So sorry.
Yeah.
What has one of your children told you that remains with you, that is so dear to your heart up to now?
They keep asking, why aren't you as rich as
Denzel.
these? Not Denzel. They know our actors and actresses of late are making good money. So they keep asking, why are you not? I say, well, have you heard of Polo? They say yes. Have you heard of Micah Hayes? They'll say yes. We learned all this in school. They were beginners in our sports field.
Yes.
What did they get? But they opened the way for modern athletes.
To be making it.
To be making it. And that's, I find myself on that platform that we opened
The pioneers.
Yes, the gate for the modern players. So that is how, it goes.
Do you quantify riches as just money?
No. Happiness. My happiness is number one. If I'm happy, I'm rich. If I'm blessed, I am rich. That is it. It's not about money.
I am late in asking this question because I think it has been executed, but the question that your children asked, can I ask, say, and no kahun by the reasons you sat and said you wanted to see your face on a billboard?
Well, it's not necessarily the money, but I have sat and realized it has happened to many of my peers that people wait for them to be too poor to do anything. And then when they ask for help, say, what did you do with all the money that you got? Who says they did? Well, one or two might have gotten some riches somewhere, but the majority didn't, get as much as the modern ones. So I sat and said, corporate Ghana, would you sit and wait when I'm dead and gone? Then you'll be posting things and say, he was. Why don't you do it now and say, he is?
Yes.
Whilst I live. Because if I can still work, why can't you make me an ambassador? Why can't you make me a brand?
That is really outspoken.
So, and that brought about. So, one of my critics was like, what you did tantamount to begging for money.
No.
Say, I beg for work. And anybody who works gets money.
Yes.
So what's your problem? I said, I want to work. Use me because I can do it. And thanks be to the Almighty. Caveman came in. McBansey came in. Flora, I'm with them now. And the Prudential Insurance Company, I'm with them right now. Mikakrawa thing.
Oh,
very
that
soon.
is amazing.
Yes.
That's
very
amazing.
Very soon you see it on your own screens, So this is how, it has come to be.
Amazing. I learned one thing from that, to be outspoken about yourself.
Yep.
And what you want and what you need. And forget about what somebody might, the meaning to whatever will be better. The
thing is, you can't stop anybody from saying what they think or want
about
to say.
It.
Let
just
them
have
say,
to be outspoken about yourself. Sorry, Uncle Fred, do you think fathers are being celebrated enough?
It's a very big question. Are we celebrated big enough?
Because what the woman now call me catch up is about the milk or a Sidikubai cinema and a wardrobe. Top up concern. We didn't know what was showing, but we just love the fact that we were with our father, or top up question. So we are yet to join Tia with him, and we loved the walks.
Yes.
You see, but a biana and then me kayo, but if you are one kayo no kind of mammy money.
Frankly, my children do. They do. I remember I wore some outfits, and then everybody was like, "Hey, Uncle Fred, this outfit is making you look young." I can't see my sons. So on Father's Day, yes, But let me give thanks to my manager, to Mauko Kwaji. He's done a lot for me. Things, sometimes I sit back and say, Mauko, why? Why are you doing all this? Well, the people like you, I talk to them. This is what they say about you. Otherwise, I would have said
goodbye to you
goodbye
a long
to
time
you,
ago.
But I simply cannot do it because the people like you, they love you. So let's just move on.
Wonderful. So
about the fathers.
Yeah, about the fathers. I think something is lacking. I cannot decipher exactly what it is. People think fathers are never there when they are needed most. But on the contrary, fathers, we are always there.
Thank you.
You know, we're always there.
Thank you. In so many ways. Different ways.
Different
Yeah.
ways. You know, even if I'm not home and you need something or something happens, I'm always a phone call away. But, and I'm there. So why would somebody sit somewhere and say, we are never there? Yeah. We're always there. And
so we should celebrate you enough.
Yes, you must. You must. You must.
Okay, so thank you so much, Uncle Fred. It's an honor, and we are humbled, and we've learned so much. And you've also, even now, brought a change into the system. Still in the industry, and you are making it happen, and the roles you are playing, actually say, you bit to me, yeah, papa no more ni shasi na gusu ye adwuma ye momo enye adwuma no, not because of money nko, but ebema ye screen so will make sense. That is what I say. It will make sense because paymu nim niyama bebre abofra nim to say paymu play the role of paymu. Ube hunu say this is a difference.
You see, there's something. Let me just chip this in. You can mimic an old man's voice or an old lady's voice, but
the skin
will give somebody out. You know, and I don't think our makeup artists have that. Not that they are not skilled, but it doesn't even occur to them that once this person has been, you know, painted in the face to look old, the skin must also look old. You know, this is what is lacking. You know, so many things give away. You know, a young man
playing an old
if
role.
there are the older people still living,
put them
why would we ignore them?
And celebrate fathers enough?
Thank you. Because
Uncle Fred say it looks like that because they need to rush out and do this, but they are always there.
Yes.
Mommy has cooked the food, father gave them money. So you should know that they are always there. Thank you so much, Grandpa. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you more on our screens. And may you have good health. Good health and more wisdom to share for us. You know, as long as you are with us, and we know you're going to be with us for a very long time. When I see your distant billboard, I will take a picture and come and show it to you.
I hear you.
Okay, so thank you. My name is Baby Dappah, and it's been great, you know, talking to a legend, a living legend, and a courageous man, and a father, a grandfather, and an uncle to all of us. He is not new, so it has been great. Alex.